So first of all, sorry for the TikTok Eleanor voice, but my mic is broken and I have to get this video out before the FNAF movie to leaks make it obsolete. At least you can pretend Eleanor made the video. On the 10th anniversary, we were given 4 pages of the script for the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, with the catch that only one of them is real and the other 3 are fakes. Before the 4 pages dropped, I was expecting it to be easy to pick out the real one. But here we are 3 months later, and it's still unclear. So I figure that with filming having just started, I'd better get my thoughts out there before it's too late. Which of the scripts is real? Script 1, about Vanessa being forced to give Abby a code. Script 2, about Fazbear Entertainment working with the government. Script 3, about Abby suggesting that Mike burn the animatronics. Or Script 4, about a man taking his kids to a staircase in a carousel. Right off the bat, we can easily eliminate Script 2. It's obviously just a page from the abandoned F screenplay where it's discovered that Fazbear Entertainment was designing robots for the government. I also think we can safely say Script 3 is fake. While it does a better job at hiding it by using the common Velveteen Rabbit analogy, it's also a reference to an abandoned screenplay, that being the Plushies Take Manhattan one. Abby says these plushies are dangerous, too. Somebody should burn them. And the verdict of the Plushies Take Manhattan script was burned with fire. Now we're left with just the first and the fourth script. For a while I thought the first one was the real one, but then I noticed something. The code Vanessa gives ends with CD1, with the script giving special attention to those 3 characters. This is a reference to the code you use to skip nights in the first 2 games, except it's wrong. The actual code is CD+, not CD1. That would be a weird mistake for Scott to make given how often he would have needed to input that code for testing purposes. So it seems more likely that it's an intentional hint toward the script being fake. Also, it would be weird for Vanessa to already be out of the hospital and back into trouble by page 25. And now we're left with the 4th script. The one that literally says this is fake on it. And that's just like another movie that came out shortly before these scripts. How could I possibly think this is the real one? First of all, this is only page 4, while the others are a good way into the movie. The 3rd one is especially unbelievable. Why would they spoil a scene from 57 pages into the movie that tells us the conflict and the method they'll use to try to resolve it? And as for this idea being used in another recent film, I think that could easily be a coincidence. Said film was from a completely unrelated studio, and FNAF is no stranger to secret underground passages or carousels. In fact, the first time we saw a carousel in the games was in FNAF2. So it definitely feels like something Scott could have come up with on his own. The setting helps its case too. It would be weird for them to make up a theater just for this script. And a theater would be a good place for the puppet, with its comedy tragedy mask aesthetic, and even the toy animatronics with their clown-like faces. I also have a small theory as to what's going on in this script. Remember how the first movie ended with the message, "Come find me"? Well, the first teaser for the second movie also has that phrase attached. I think this man, whoever he is responding to some sort of call from the puppet. He seems to be familiar with the place, so maybe he used to work there. Maybe he even made the puppet. Heck, he could even be Henry, and Gemma and Darren could be code names for Charlotte and Sammy. That would fit with the guy playing favorites, holding Gemma's hand and only responding to what she says. Or it could just be that Darren is older and doesn't need help, in which case it probably wouldn't be Henry and his kids. A random worker is probably the most likely answer, so that he can die unceremoniously like the guy at the start of the first movie, who also would have died somewhere around page 4-ish. But anyway, here's a little graph of how likely I think it is for each script to be real. Script 1 has a 15% chance, Script 2 has a 0% chance, Script 3 has a 5% chance, and Script 4 has an 80% chance. I'm gonna look really dumb if Script 2 ends up being the real one, aren't I? Please like the video and subscribe, or I will trap you in your own personal agony dimension for at least 30 years.